Hello again, this is the Soul of a Shark, and I'm here with another video on why a cash value life insurance policy is a great investment. So a lot of people tell me life insurance isn't an investment. I would completely disagree. This is what I call the universal bucket, which defines any investment. So an investment has four parts. You put money in, you receive a rate of return or a return on your investment. The investment is subject to costs such as fees, loads, market performance costs, and taxes. Taxes are by far the greatest cost in any investment. And finally, there's what you get, which is why you invested in the first place. Any investment works like this. So now that you can't argue that a cash value life insurance policy isn't an investment, I'll show you why it's a great investment. A cash value life insurance policy is an investment vehicle that has 8 characteristics that no other investment has. It has a guaranteed death benefit that is guaranteed to never decrease. There's a level premium. There's a guaranteed cash value growth. There is additional growth through dividends. The cash value grows tax deferred. You get protection from creditors. You can access the cash value tax free. And finally, the death benefit is also income tax free. Now looking at all these benefits of a cash value life insurance policy, it looks great because no other investment vehicle has these qualities. So why wouldn't you put some money into a cash value life insurance policy? Well, the common objection I get is the rate of return is low. I guess that's true. The rate of return, depending on circumstances, is usually around 3 to 4.5%, but the return is guaranteed. Furthermore, your guaranteed rate of return, as mentioned previously, grows tax deferred and can be withdrawn tax free. So in essence, if you have to pay 15% in capital gains taxes, you have to average about 18% just to break even with a 4.5% return. In the next slide, I'll show you why slow and steady wins the race. So, would you rather be the tortoise or the hare? Question I like to ask is, would you prefer a guaranteed 4% return or an average of 25% return a year? It's a lot more exciting to be the hare, and I've personally been successfully gambling in the stock market for about 8 years now, but here's why I'd prefer a 4% rate of return. So say you gave me $100 to invest in the stock market, and the first year I made $100, so now you have $200. The next year I lost half of the money, and now I'm back down to $100. Would you be happy? Of course not. It took you 2 years to make $0. But I would tell you, but sir, I just made you 25% a year on average. Overall I made you 0%, but on average I made 25% a year. So here's the math. First year I made 100%. The second year I lost 50%. If you add those up, you get a positive 50%. So over 2 years, you just divide 50% divided by 2 and you get 25%. Boom! I just made you 25% on average per year. I could keep going from 200 to 100 and still average you 25%. You just divide by a bigger number. So here's another more realistic example. So say you made 8% for 4 years. Your $100 would turn into 108. Your 108 would turn into 117. 117 would turn to 126, and 126 would turn into 136. So after 4 years at 8%, you'd make about 36% return on your money, which ain't too shabby. But what if in the third year you lost 8%? Your $117 would turn into $107. So the question is, to maintain that 8% average, how much do you have to make your fourth year? So here's the math. If you rearrange the variables, it looks like 136 over 107, which is 1.2678. And that means you'd have to average about 27% your fourth year just to maintain that 8% average. So I won't go into these, but a lot of quote-unquote financial advisors out there don't believe all the tax advantages that a cash value life insurance policy has. So I tell them to go look these up.